And we have Rivers Upa's media officer, Quinn John Moseph, join us live here on Afrosport now this morning. Good morning, Quinn. How are you doing and how was your trip to Dakar? And how's the team getting ready for Saturday's tip-off?
Well, they are getting ready as expected, finishing touches to what we've been doing in the last few months before we traveled down to Dakar. Yesterday we had our first training since we arrived on Monday because they had to not train. You won't train immediately, you just get in. So they had their first training yesterday evening and had a feel of the courts. They also had to do some little things from the coach to work on ahead of Saturday. So, but it's about those finishing touches, those some of the rough edges ahead of Saturday. The other teams have also arrived as well. The other opponents have arrived. So, but we're just trying to do the one that we have to do before Saturday comes, and which is trying to work on those bits and pieces we've left behind in Nigeria that we need to just try to just smoothen a bit, but not so much, not too intense, because you wouldn't want to get into any form of injury and all of that. And I'm hoping that Saturday will be a great one for the team, looking at the recruitment they've put together and preparation as well. So we are just staying hopeful and doing what we have to do well in Dakar right here.
All right, of course, obviously, this team is making a return for the first time since the maiden edition. What's the mood within the organization as regards to their chances this time around?
Well, in the first edition, remember it was a bubble, and it was also the first edition for everyone. Every participant, every team who competed in the first edition, it was the first time for everyone. So, but this time around, a lot of people have gotten experience from their previous edition. So this is our second. So we've learned a lot of lessons from the 2021 edition. From the first edition, we had 3 games to play. We played 3 and we lost 2 and won 1. We were able to win 1 despite our poor preparation getting there because it was a COVID year. And the last time we had played a game was 2019. That was a year before, or even more than a year, because the BAL 2021 edition, the first edition, happened in 2021. The last time we played a competitive basketball game was in 2019 November. So looking at that, it was really not a great outing for us, but we're able to pick 1 win. So we want to build on that outing in 2021, and that's why we've made sure we recruited better. If you look at our recruitment, you will know that yes, this time around we've gotten a lot of experience from the first edition, and we've learned from it to work on it and also see what we can do this time around to compete well, not just make up the numbers, but try to compete and also right the wrongs about the Nigerian team, because there's this thing about Nigerian team not competing well, not doing well at the BAL. So when they see a Nigerian team, they just know that we are going to be the scapegoat, will be the least of all of them. So, but this time around, we want to change that narrative, and that's why we've recruited better, just like other teams have recruited as we have, and we also want to compete. And our target is to get to the playoffs. So, I think it's something that is achievable with the recruitment and the preparation we've done. But a lot of people would want to disagree a bit because our preparation is not as top-notch as other teams, because most of these teams are coming from their league into the BAL. Well, we've not had a league, but most recently we competed in the Lowest Edem Invitational Championship, which we actually used for this. So hopefully that would help us to compete well. But we want to change that narrative about Nigerian teams not doing well at the BAL. So we want to build on the 2021 edition, not just winning 1 game. We want to win more than 1 game, and we want to qualify for the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, the objectives are clear. But also, you've spoken a lot about the recruitment. 5 new players were announced earlier this week, including Devin Aki and Will Perry, who was the joint record holder for most points in a single BL game with 41 points. Now, what qualities do you think these new guys will bring into the team?
A lot of experience, first of all. We've recruited like 5 guys because according to the BA rules, you have to bring 4 or 5 imports into the team, 2 from outside Africa, that's from Europe or from the US. Then you have players from around Africa, then the other players can be a Nigerian of a Nigerian heritage, whether it's here or in diaspora. So we've brought in 5 players, and you look at Will Perry, um, how he has competed in the BAL since 2022, with helping Ferrovial the bearer of Mozambique, getting them as far as the playoffs. Last time they got to the quarterfinal, back to back, got to quarterfinal of the playoffs, even though they didn't go as far as the semis. But this is a player who has helped them go through as far as the quarterfinals, and also winning, getting that award of the best shooter of the BAL. So for you to get that award, it's not a main feat. It's not an easy feat. It means you are that sort of player. You are who that player, and you are that player a lot of people look up to, and a lot of people expect that, yes, you do that on court. So winning that kind of award is something that is not a main feat, and he has done well for himself and also for the teams he has played for. So with the experience he has in the BAL, we are hoping that he'll be able to translate that and also extend it to the teams. And it really rubs off on the local guys whenever they train, because most of them have now stepped up their game, because there is this thing about when you play with players of experience, of a better exposure than you have to also measure up. You cannot just back down. You can't be below that level.
And
And
obviously,
like
the recruitment
yesterday
is
when
going
they
to
were,
have a lot of impact on the team now. But
yes, it does, it
I want
does,
us
it does.
to
They'll be bringing
I
experience.
want us to talk about the preparation for the upcoming game. Obviously, it's against AS Douanes, who were the finalists last time out. That counts for a lot. Now, what's preparation like at the moment?
Well, it counts a lot. It's not always very easy when you're facing the home team. It's difficult.
Obviously,
The group itself is a difficult group. And to be realistic, of all the 3 conferences, Sahara Conference is the toughest, because you have 2 of the 4 teams who have gone to the finals. US Monastir, who won it in 2022. They also reached the finals in 2021. Then AS Douanes, who finished finalists last year but lost to Al Ali, and they're also the home team of the Sahara Conference. So it's always very difficult playing against your home team, and we know how difficult it's going to be on Saturday. The players are aware, the coaching crew are all aware of it. We are all aware of the hurdle that we're going to face. But it's not about facing the home team. It's about who gets on court, who
yeah,
gets to do the business on court. So
yeah.
preparation mentally and also as well on court is ongoing. We're doing all of that. We've also watched the AS Douanes team. We know them very well. Some of these players were at the pre-Olympic qualifying tournament in Nigeria, where the Senegalese came. Even the coach that coached them is the coach of AS Douanes. So some of these players we've watched them play. And interestingly, our head coach was the one who coached the Nigerian team, and that, so he knows the set of players. So he knows the challenge he's expecting and he's going to see on Saturday.
Okay.
And for me, I've watched the AS Douanes last year, and I know that it's always difficult playing against them as a team, and also the home crowd, because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
arena will be
Obviously,
packed
Queen.
full, and it's
Obviously,
a
Queen.
showcase.
There's interesting times ahead for the team ahead
Yeah,
of the
very,
game,
very.
and we wish the team very, very well. We wish them the best going into that game. We just have to let you go now for time's
Thank you.
sake. Thank you very much for your contributions, and
Thank you so much for having me.
we wish the team all the best. Thank you. Yeah.